so for me to just come along and try to continue that.
Just talk about being able to continue the foundation Frank Martin's building in South Carolina.
Yes, sir. That's definitely something that I look forward to. They've been doing a great job progressing in the program, and getting better each year. And I'm just blessed to be a part of that.
What was Coach Martin's reaction? When did you tell him, and what was his reaction?
Actually, I didn't tell Coach Martin. Right, yes, sir.
How does it feel right now? You got your senior year coming up. You made the decision that you kind of move on, especially focus on this year.
Right. I think that's the main thing. Just being able to now focus on the things ahead of me. Kind of got that out the way. So it's definitely good to be able to make this decision early.
PJ, is it accurate that it came down to Louisville and South Carolina?
You can say that, yes, sir. The tops wasn't really planned. It's kind of just the thing that I woke up and thought of who I wanted to go for in the next year.
Can you point to any deciding factor that kind of made the difference?
Like I said, I think it was just the feel. I really felt comfortable, on the official visit, and I could see myself there next year, and I think that was the main thing.
There's a couple of other local players, namely Tevin Mack, who's making a decision tomorrow. Are you going to be in his ear tonight and giving him a little advice?
No, sir. I think he's going through this process, the right way, just as I did, and I hope possibly that we'll be teammates in the future. But whichever decision he makes is going to be a good one.
Who finished second?
Not sure.
PJ, how tough was this process for you, especially maybe the last couple of weeks with everyone trying to find out where you were going?
Right. It was real tough. Specifically because I was trying to find out where I was going. But my family supported me throughout the whole thing. They made it so much easier than what it really could have been. So.
I know Frank had a chance to probably meet with you last of all the colleges, but was Asia the final recruiter?
Yeah, you can say that. Yes, sir, definitely. That was one of the biggest supporters that I had. I went to her for any questions. Her going through the process already. She was definitely a good supporter.
Excited for you to keep this tradition?
Very excited. Very excited.
PJ, when would you say you knew that you were going to South Carolina?
I'm sorry?
When would you say you really felt like you were going to end up at South Carolina?
Honestly, only a couple nights before this. Only a couple nights. It's coming down to the wire. My mom and dad, all right, you gotta get your thoughts together. But it was definitely a process that needed to be drawn out the way it was. I never had any confirmation of where I was going any time before this. So all the time we spent going to these different schools, it was worth it.
Are you faxing it over right after this?
I haven't really talked about that. But
We figured all that out.
PJ, this program hasn't had a lot of success winning recently. They've lost 5 seasons in a row, haven't had a winning record. Is this something that excites you to try to change the culture? Obviously, they got a season to go through now, but you can be a part of this rebuilding process.
Oh yeah, definitely. And South Carolina wouldn't be in the mix if I didn't feel like they had the coaches and the players to do so. So I'm definitely excited to play along with them and try to get this thing going.
They obviously had the home field advantage, but what did they do? How did they convince you? Because they obviously they didn't take it for granted.
Right. Like I said, I think it was just a feel. All the coaches did a great job recruiting. No one was really better than the other. I think when it came down to it, it was just how I felt.
PJ, when you look at Marcus Lattimore from a football perspective, he came to South Carolina at a bad time, that program turned around. You kind of see yourself being in that mode?
Right. That's definitely something I look up to. If it happened, I definitely revert back to him and be blessed that I could do what he did. I haven't really thought about that. First and foremost, just trying to come in there and make a big impact. Get some wins under our belt. So I haven't really thought too much about it.
What about your senior season at Spring Valley? What are your goals there?
Oh yeah, we're just trying to get some hardware here. It's been a while since we been champions, but we are a school of champions, and winning is in our blood. So that's what we plan on doing.